Hey lash friends, okay, so today we're going to practice doing mega volume lashes, and it is not as simple and easy as it looks. You know, a lot of people think that with, more lashes that it's going to be a lot easier, and no. So what we're going to be using is a 0.03. You don't want to do any thicker than a 0.03, so you're going to either use a 0.02 or 0.03. Using a 0.05 or 0.07 can and probably will damage and break your client's lashes. So what you're going to do is go ahead with your lash strip is to go ahead and brush through them. Brushing through them before pulling and pinching your fans is definitely key, so that way when you pinch and spread the fan, you get a beautiful fan, a beautiful distribution of that fan. And just like with classic lashes and regular volume lashes, make sure that you are isolating on point, that you are placing the base of that lash extension to the base of the natural lash. Now, a lot of people tend to say that, lash artists gravitate to doing mega volume lashes because they're able to hide any mistakes. And yes, while some of that may be true, I don't want that for you. I do want you to perfect your volume and mega volume lashes when fanning and pinching and placing the lash, because when you have precise placement, beautiful fanning, beautiful pinching, the set will come out looking so beautiful and flawless. So don't get in the habit of just placing the fan just because you think that a bunch of lashes is just going to cover mistakes. And another thing is, when you're just placing the lash and just trying to cover a mistake, your client's lashes can start to stick together. And your client will know, because she will eventually start to feel it. She's going to be rubbing her eyes, scratching at her eyes, feeling a little discomfort, maybe some pain. And so she's going to know. And then you're going to go back through your work and see how many stickies you have and realize that, placing precise fans and having great isolation is needed. So just when you're starting to learn how to do mega volumes and volumes, just stay in the habit of having clean isolation and clean placement and no stickies, okay? But yeah, so what I'm going to do is just speed up this video here and let the music play on from here. And I'll jump back on the mic in a few. Okay, so here is a quick tip. Always remember to brush your lashes, especially when doing mega volume and volume lashes, because again, you're checking for stickies, making sure that nothing is stuck together, the bases are not stuck together. And use your mirror, your lash mirror, to kind of look underneath, so that way you can kind of see how your work is coming along. So again, a great tip is to brush and start to separate. Make sure that you're separating your lashes while you're working. You don't have to stop and do it like every 5 minutes, but I would say a good every 15-20 minutes, brush through and separate if you need to separate your lashes, so that way you're not doing a lot of that work at the end and your adhesive hadn't cured so much that it would be hard to separate those lashes. So I just want to hop on and give that quick tip. Okay, so another tip that I wanted to give you is when doing mega volumes, especially mega volumes, because they're so wide, the more lashes that you put onto the lash, you would find that squeezing the lash in or to place a lash, it will become a more and more difficult because you have so many wide fans on the lash line. What you want to do is make sure that your isolation tweezer is spread as wide as possible. Sometimes you may need to use your pinky to move a lash over, so that way you can get 100% isolation on that natural lash. I know I keep speaking of isolation, but that's because isolation is so very important when lashing. That's classic lashes, hybrids, volume, mega volumes, Russian volumes, whatever you're lashing, isolation is so important. But it is definitely very important when doing mega volumes, just because there are just so many wide fans on that lash line. So just wanted to throw that out there. All right, and here is the finished result of a mega volume set. Just keep in mind that this is on a mannequin, and this is a uniformed mega volume set, so it may not look like your typical mega volume set, but this is mega volume. And as you can see, the base of the lashes are 100% on point on the base, and you can see that the base of the lashes are all separated, nothing is stuck together, and that is what you want to strive for. So it makes it easier for you and your client to brush through the lashes, and voila, there you go.